Gemini, um, this this is your love reading. I laugh because as I'm working my way through the zodiac, each reading is just it's just seems to be more and more alive with every reading. Okay, so like, are you in love? Do you Let's focus on that for a minute. Okay, just as a disclaimer, all right, this is YouTube tarot, all right, use your discernment. You're a highly intelligent individual. You can figure out if this resonates or not. Also, another disclaimer, if you found this video using an algorithm or metrics or search terms or anything like that, likely not yours, but it was brought to you for something. All right. Um, I use energy, energetic, I call them energetic entrails, um, energy. It's like it's clairsentience. It's feelings that I get, but not feelings just like emotions, but energetic resonance and following that like tracking in the woods type of a deal. Okay, so my point of the preface of that was that it does take me a minute to tap into that energy and then follow it um, for clarity. And then I have to interpret it so that I can verbalize it to you. So it takes a hot minute. If, patience isn't your thing, I'm likely not either. Okay, all right. So, Gemini, love, let's do this. You got to see some of the other readings, if you have like multiple hours to devote to entertaining entertaining, interesting things. I actually finished one, right? And turned the camera off and a candle glass exploded. It was so cool. Messages for Gemini regarding relationships or other pertinent information as it comes through. I could say that I am loving this experience. Messages for Gemini. Card 73, Destiny. All right. Destiny, passionate love and strong desire bring you fulfillment and joy. Destined to be together, your happy ending is assured. Strong, unbreakable bond. They made me believe our connection wasn't real and that it was just a waste of my time. I know now that was untrue. Destiny had a different plan for us. Interesting. Let's get two more. Research and the plot thickens. It kind of reminded me of like a soap opera. We have another one flip over. Yeah. Okay, then we have deadline. 67. Focus on what can be done now and not what has been delayed. Break the cycle of procrastination with small steps. I had another sign that had this. I think it was Aries. Think they're trapped in a procrastination cycle with no end in sight. Our relationship became another task to manage, and we postponed us, thinking there would be more time. 67 might be significant. Okay, and this is unexpected events. Card 8, breaking news of unexpected disputes and rising tensions, engaged in constant battles and facing relentless opposition. I want to face this together. I want to hold your hand in the midst of chaos and calm you. I want to walk through this storm with you and never let go. I need to release my fears and fully support you. This is a super interesting deck. It's like very comic book like. Okay, so you saw the destiny. And then we have deadline. And this is 67. 6 and 7 is 13, much like the deaths. We're not talking about transformation. This is unexpected event, card 8. All right, so let me just feel through this energy real quick. All right, mimic chest is on the bottom of the deck. It's filled with Bitcoin. So, where do we want to start? Let's start with Gemini's current energy regarding relationships, regarding love, regarding our current situation, their situationship, situation. Gemini's current energy. Okay. Right. Let's go to switch. Okay. Okay. Sorry, maybe loud. Unplanned deck use. Gemini's current energy. Gemini's current energy. So, right, we have the Two of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Maybe one more. Thank you. And Temperance. Okay, so deck chosen is the Horror Tarot. So the Two of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and Temperance. And then I'll tell you what these say and or what stood out for me. Okay, so like what I'm feeling from the energy that I'm picking up on, this might be yours, this might is, switch roles as it needs to. It usually becomes very clear. Um, it just takes me, like I said, a little while. I have to follow the trail, right? Okay. So, this energy that's being presented, okay. So there are two different, I have there's an intermingling of two different energies. I'm going to talk this out and then I'll sum it up as soon as I get it all out. Sometimes I will make statements and then turn around and negate those statements. It's almost like fact checking. I can say a statement and then I will get a visceral or somatic response, whether the statement is right or not. I don't know if that helps. Okay. So, with this temperance card, right? So in the corner, it says earth and water, pleasure and pain, life and death, everything in moderation, right? And what I'm being reminded of here is what I firmly believe in, that none of this is personal, it's just an experience, right? That's giving me the energy like you are in a very emotionally stable place right now as it relates to your love life, as it relates to your current relationship, if there is one, your current relationship feels like right now, I'm just gonna say preliminary, like give or take. Like, like it it kind of like the same feeling that I'm getting with the it's not personal, it's just an experience. Not overwhelmingly like I'm so in love. This is my soulmate, twin flame, forever person. Not that. Not what was your name again? Not that. Somewhere like a happy, like just either that or right now it's not a, it's it's a thing, not a thing, and you don't really have any feelings towards that one way or the other. Very emotionally stable. There's something that you okay, so that is one part of it, right? This emotional stability. Almost like knowing your worth, knowing your value, knowing that you are smoking hot, knowing that, everything that the Queen of Wands represents, not so much in this card though. If you're taking a look at that. It's kind of scary. Um, like you're good. Okay, but then there is this energetic shift, like a whirl. It's not a whirl, it's a screeching halt, back up, total 180, hairpin turn in the other direction of something that is very much being blocked, um, concealed. It feels defiant. What is this energy of defiance? What is this Two of Swords? What is this hairpin turn? It's- What is this turn? Okay, Page of Wands. Hmm. It's like squirrel, like just um sorry, give me one more for the Page of Wands. Because that's not that's not that far of a deviation from where Gemini currently is. Judgment. Divine spark. Okay. All right. So soul focused. Okay. Okay. So the Queen of Wands energy, right? Like that is a great that I mean that is an that is bold and assertive and fiery and I don't know that word. And matic. I don't know that word. Yeah, you're gonna get this a lot. So enigmatic, difficult to interpret or understand, mysterious. Okay. Okay. Meaning an enigma in Greek. Enigma. Oh, okay. Okay. Mysterious. Okay. I thought that would be why. Yeah, I guess she does kind of have a certain charisma, charm, magnetism in a very, oh, alluring, right? Okay. But this feels like an energy that you have been in. And then with your emotional regulation, your emotional stability being pretty consistent when it comes to love, it, without sounding arrogant, it kind of feels like I know who I am. I know my value. I know my worth. I know I'm cool. Like, um, I don't need your recognition. I don't need the, I am not defined by my relationship. It does not fill voids. I am whole and complete. Okay, not whole and complete. I am, it almost feels like enough. I am enough. Okay, it feels like feminism, feminine power, personal empowerment as it relates to status. And you're blocking divine spark. Okay, so how do I put that into words that can be understood? Okay, so the deviation. All right. So as it relates to your relationship, like having a relationship at this point where you are energetically, right? Where you are, would only be like as you see it and how other people would see it. The way that you would present to the world would be like, she's got, okay, maybe it's divine feminine. So she's got her shit together. Like she doesn't need a man. A man would compliment her, right? But as far as like needing it, like if you wanted one, you could go out and get one. Like that energy. Like you totally could. And I see, and I feel that like you totally could, right? Um, so it doesn't fulfill you because there's nothing to fill, right? It only adds to you. Okay. With judgment, however, clarifying the Page of Wands and the Two of Swords, this gives me that energetic uh hairpin turn, right? So you have one energy that's very confident in the self as the self, the egoic self presents. And it's a good package. It is a total package, right? And then this other energy that I keep getting this feeling of divine spark, of Page of Wands, um, which I relate to the energy of finding your higher self, source energy, the life force within us all, right? That's like the sacred space of your truest form, that that little flicker of divinity before you realize your divinity. There is something more. The beginning of your soul's journey. The beginning of your soul's journey. So judgment coming in like this is like, as it relates to love, it's kind of like your higher self being your higher self communicating with you that you haven't built a relationship with yet, is like raising their hand, like in class, going, wait, wait, wait. Um, like what about me? Like, call on me. Like, I have something to say. Like, I too want to learn, grow, evolve, expand. This Page of Wands says new ideas, which is typical, right? New energy, limitless potential, and free spirit. And it might have been a kid before it was a zombie. Okay. So if we were to take the Two of Swords as we understand it in typical tarot, right? This is a choice point. Neither one you really want to are either aware of or blocking both of them. And not really, you just don't even really want to think about either one of them. That's where that give or take, like, kind of came from as far as your relationship or starting a relationship. Is this starting a relationship or is there a current relationship? Just grab this. Gemini, is Gemini currently in a relationship? Oh, you know what? No, no. Um, there we go. Is Gemini currently in a relationship? What is the current relationship status? Okay, strictly sexual. All right, so I'm going to assume that you were quite very much in that. Maybe that. Okay. This connection is passionate but not enduring. You're very much in the Queen of Wands energy. Yeah, that's why you're like, relationship. Take it or leave it. Right now, I kind of do my thing. Is that not like legit your energy? Or okay, but something is calling to you, right? You don't feel like, or you are not acknowledging if you do feel that way. I don't feel it coming from you that there is something within you that is, there is an energy sometimes, and I'm sure you can relate to this, where something's missing. Like everything is great, but there's something missing. And then as that void or that space gets larger and larger, it becomes more predominant in our energy field. Then we start pushing things into it, like, you know, meaningless relationships. Just kidding. But that is one of the things. Anything that comes with escapism, drugs, alcohol, sex, people, codependency, shopping, food, cookies, sugar, like name it and shove it in that void. I don't really feel like that is feel that that is what you're doing. I truly believe that you are standing in that Queen of Wands energy at this current point in time. I don't feel that it is related to any sort of any. I don't think that it has a, point of origin that is significant to where you currently are. And if there is, it is, yeah, I don't feel that it is. If it is a shadow aspect of yours that is very, very non-threatening and very far removed from being a problem kept in check. If it is a wound, it is superficial like a scraped knee. Okay. All right. So with destiny here, deadline and unexpected event, taking your current energy. Okay, you are okay, hold on. That's really exciting. Okay, you know how we take the tower card and it is like divine intervention or it is the universe's way of coming in and tearing down an obstacle that we have put up that was faulty to begin with. It's a sudden event. It's usually pretty intimidating, right, when it comes down, but it's always for your highest and best good. And on the other side of that rubble, when the tower comes down, is like the most amazing that you're so grateful to have gotten to that side of the path, right? I feel like you are going to have this, it's not a tower moment. Okay, and tarot is not predictive, right? This is just following the energetic entrails. Um, I'm just following it. Linear time doesn't even exist. Okay. Anyway, so this is approaching, and it is approaching because it has something to do with love. Like love is coming in for you. This is not your everyday love. This is not your Facebook status change love. This is not your, there's something truly unique about this one. And we'll get more clarification. Okay, why this is pertinent here with your current energy, I think is has to do with this Page of Wands, this divine spark. I think that I feel that you are being asked in this moment to take a look at your, because when I wanted to say that your energy was presenting itself as it relates to love as whole and complete, I had to backtrack because it wasn't your presentation, the way that you are viewed, your persona, your egoic self presents pristine, right? As other people view you, and probably as you. as you view you, of course, taking it from a humble perspective. Okay. What about your soul hygiene? Who are you outside of your egoic self? Who who are you? I know you can tell me your name and your vocation. I know you can tell me your patterns of behavior, your likes and dislikes, your taste in music, um, your checklist of requirements that need to be met for a partner, like outside of your personal preferences, outside of your I think a better question would be, what is your purpose? What is your purpose here? I have cold chills all up my right leg. Okay. What is your soul's purpose here? Where, what is your soul's journey? Because I wanted to ask, where are you on your soul's journey? But you're watching tarot. So that might be familiar. And then to try to like quantify that really doesn't make sense because there is no, like you could start at one end or the other. Like it doesn't matter. Um, what I think the point is to what did I say? Spiritual hygiene. Okay. And I know not everybody knows what like okay. Um what are you doing to feed your soul? Like who are you? Who are you on the inside of as the observer? Like who are you? Not who you present in the world, but who are you here? Are you whole and complete? Have you come into union with your higher self? Have you integrated all of the aspects of you in order to be whole and complete? Are you healthy enough to enter into what is lined up for you? Oh, that is so cool. Okay, well, is it, okay, so, um, okay, this very much gives me Prince Charming fairy tale vibes. Whisking away on the, isn't there something about like a white horse or a white steed or something? Okay. All right, so we also have a strong, unbreakable bond destined to be together. Okay, um, the reconciliation between fate and free will is what I'm getting from that. How do you, what is your alignment regarding fate and free will? Is this for an advance? Okay, and this is talking about breaking the cycle of procrastination with small steps. Okay, trapped in cycles, procrastination, trapped in cycles. That's not your Gemini twins duality. Okay, along with that, fate and free will, what is your watch your definitions? What is your definition of soulmate? What is your definition of okay, try to all right, you're gonna need a pen and a piece of paper. Oh shit, this is recorded. You can you're gonna need to refer back to this. Okay, so the Gemini that I am talking to, you are being encouraged to cover basics, to clarify, to consecrate. It's almost like time. It's almost like time. It's like it feels like you have a baseline knowledge of I'm not getting the feeling of overwhelming shadow work. I'm not getting the feeling of voids. I'm not getting the feeling of childhood wounds. I'm not getting a bunch of energetic blockages. The energy seems to flow pretty freely. Okay, there are slight. Okay, so that's where the definitions come from. Your opinions, the definitions. Okay, all right. Okay, so that's what the hygiene is about. It's about cleaning up. Okay. All right. So what you're being encouraged to do is you're being encouraged to kind of define like what your spiritual belief is, what your soul's journey is, by defining first who you are, by being fully present with yourself, knowing your intrinsic value, knowing who you are so that you are not presenting, but so that you are entering into this um like uh like best gift ever, right? Opportunity. And you have somebody looking out for you because they want to help you tie up loose ends that might trip you up during it. This has very much the feeling of soulmate energy. Okay, and here's where the definitions come in because I feel obligated to talk to you now about soulmates and karmics and all of these things, which really are just energetically the same and only influenced by opinions, good, bad, information that you found on Google, things that your friends told you, experiences that you had. Remember, none of this is personal, it's just an experience. It's almost like coming into this with non-attachment, complete non-attachment, in order for you to experience it in its wholeness. 39, on the timer. Okay, that seems like a big task. All right. Either what did I say? 39 on the timer? Okay. So if you made it 40 minutes now into this, so your resonance with this reading indicated by the length of time unless you're completely just distracted. Um, so we're going to play a game. If I told you that next week you will be meeting your soulmate, how would that make you feel? What does your soulmate look like? What does he act like? What's his job? Reverse roles as it applies, but I think this is female. Oh no, I know it's female. No doubt. This is for divine feminine. Okay, so if I told you that not only next week would you be meeting your soulmate, but this is somebody that you have a soul contract with, does that change anything? Okay, if it doesn't change anything, this is a soul contract that you have made a multiple karmic. Okay, now just throw in the word karmic. Does it change? Okay, so there's a little bit of resistance there when it came to karmic. So that would be an area where you would want to clean up your vibration, right? Clean up your definition, clean up your opinion on it, or do the research, right? Expand your occult, esoteric knowledge or understanding, or better yet, not even like without even having to do that, you would have to become non-attached, learn non-attachment, get rid of those, because what those what those things are doing is they're causing energetic blocks, they're causing they are negative self-limiting beliefs that are going to impact your the next stage of your journey, which happens to be one that's like, I can't wait to find out what it is. This is what it feels like. It feels very much like a forever person or a forever love. I don't say forever love. I don't say that. I don't promise forever. I can't. So for me to say forever love, kind of like forever home, with abandoned pets and stuff, right? Forever as in forever, as long as your body holds up. That definition of societal marriage, right? Like I guess the original, like the vows of that. It's kind of what I'm feeling from this. You might get married. I mean, like, I don't, whatever your belief system is on marriage. Just that's where it is. That's what you're being asked to do. Okay, breaking news of unexpected disputes and rising tensions, engaged in constant battles and facing relentless opposition. If you don't have a preference, if you don't have an opinion, you're not going to have opposition. Okay, I want to face this together. I want to hold your hand in the midst of chaos and calm you. I want to walk through this storm with you and never let go. I need to release my fears and fully support you. That's another thing too, is that all of these opinions, that those negative self-limiting beliefs, which you seem to be really clear from, like you really feel your energy feels. like you've done some of the work, like the journey, the soul's journey. So what's the divine spark about? Limitless potential. Okay, that must be the only place where you are that you have potential blockages. Well, who is you? That's really neat. And it's for as confident as your energy is, it's so unassuming. It's like, what do those shirts say? Not fragile like a flower, but fragile like a bomb. It's like that. Okay. All right. All right. Let's refocus. Okay. Besides the definitions, how can we help? How can we assist? How can we guide Gemini to further soul expansion? What could help? What will help for expansion? Okay. So standard practices. I keep getting this these lists. The energy of lists. Maybe your personality works well with lists. Clear, concise, to the point. Check boxes, right? Or structure. Oh, you're an air sign. Feel journaling, but not journaling feelings. Okay, you have the Ace of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. This is a very clear message. Um, so what I had asked was, is there anything that we can give you to assist you in this growth? Okay. You have the Ace of Cups to the Eight of Pentacles. Continue to work, refine, master the heart space. This right here, this is your higher self. This is where this is generated from, right? Fullness within self over unconditional, overflowing, pure love, right? So continue to cultivate that, continue to work with that being heart focused, unconditional love, heart focused. Being fully present with the divine is unconditional love, right? And unfortunately, you're gonna have to get rid of the haughty even dang it. Can you see that? With the Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. The connection that's passionate but not enduring. Yeah, yeah. You're gonna have to let that go. It is it is encouraged. It is encouraged. It is being brought to your attention that you are currently holding on to this energy. Okay. And the reason for that is not anything taboo or bad or that has nothing to do with that. It has to do with conservation of energy. Sacred energy exchange. What? Wait. Okay, add to your list of things to review or things to look up. Kundalini energy and activation, maybe tantric meditation. I am so having a human like moment right now, and I am totally jealous. Like, I am so excited for you. And I am totally going to be doing this as well. I mean, not the getting rid of super fun stuff. So, but like as far as the cleaning up, like I am going to be heeding this advice that was co-created with you for you because if it gets me any closer to that type of energy exchange, we're talking like divine union. We're talking about the merging of energies in the most dynamic way. Okay, all right. Is there anything else that we need to talk about? Want to talk about Prince Charming? Can we get some information on, but on anything about this relationship? No, I'm sorry, about this unexpected event with Destiny as it relates to love. We have a warning, don't dismiss the red flags here. Here and now, your true love is already part of your life. Okay, that is the integration of the self. That is your divine union within yourself, being alchemically married to you and you forever and all time unconditionally. You know what I mean? Don't dismiss red flags here. Leave no stone unturned. Okay, yeah, but I want to know for a person. Be very thorough, diligent, obnoxiously OCD even as you're going through checking your definitions on everything, clearing out any uh, I know that the goal here is for you to be completely open. And I'm not talking 3D open, I am talking about full activation open. Okay, wait, the timing is not quite right. I said a week. I was just throwing something out there. Do not insist on it being a week. I was using that as an example to get an energetic, emotional response that I could pick up on. Tell me more about this person. Mastery, you've learned the spiritual lesson. In order for this to come, okay, according to universal laws and my own personal limited belief system, my own, totally untrue. According to my incomplete understanding of universal laws and my own personal incorporation of those laws, right? In order for a blueprint milestone such as this, with the energetic potentiality of the combining of divine feminine, divine masculine energies in such a pure way, right? That is of a higher vibrational frequency to even get to that state, right? If you use the map of consciousness and you say, well, like you are talking about fourth, fifth density, fifth dimensional, fifth dimensional frequency. And I have very limited, of course, because this is esoteric knowledge, like this is just metaphysical science, right? In order to be able to maintain a vibration like that and come into a union like that, your divine masculine has to come in with a mastery of spiritual lessons, with a mastery of self, a complete ego dissolution. Then do you know what that means? As far as Gemini, as far as your love life, like can you picture it? Can you use your imagination and picture it? Name 5 things that you can't stand about being in relationships with men. Go. Okay, there was 20, right? Like you could rattle those things off. Lying, cheating, manipulating, narcissistic personality disorder, irresponsible behavior, addictions, scapegoating, unhealed wounds, aggression issues, baby mama drama, right? This person doesn't have any of that. Not saying that they haven't had a history of all of it, but they have accepted all of those aspects and integrated them all back in. This person is whole and complete. And and I know you have never had a relationship with someone who is whole and complete. I know that to be the truth. Okay. While you're doing the check boxes on all of the shit that you need to clean up, right? For spiritual hygiene, an idea from me, just from me. Um, um, write like a journal entry as a use it like a narrative to a story where and make it fantastical. What's that word? Make it outrageous. Make it completely what you would consider unrealistic and and um personify this man. Give him like build him, build him, manifest him, be thorough, exactly how you want it. Everything, like every part, every part. Don't include negatives, you know. Don't do it from a place of just describe him. The kind of like positive affirmations, kind of like I am statements, right? It's a way to concrete your thought forms, right? Into in order to manifest. And if you have a vibrational frequency that's going to be that high in order to even bring that in and he matches it, your opportunities to manifest are like, wow. If if everything is if everything is energy and you are like I don't even have a word for that. It's like that Energizer bunny, right? Like but supercharged with with God batteries. All right. We have boundaries in the reverse. Is Gemini going to be uh is there going to be any I want to know about any traps. I want to know about traps. I just got this hard stop. So I don't know if this is coming from you. Like, too good to be true. What's the catch? Remember, I touched this card and I said we might talk about this later. Okay. Thank you, goddess. I acknowledge the synchronicity, and I am truly grateful. Beware of the too good to be true offers, and guard your heart against illusions of wealth. Boundaries, finances. In our greed, we lost sight of what really mattered. The more we chased, the further apart we grew until the bond we had was gone. Is this a warning? What seems valuable may hide danger, and images in your daily life serve as a reminder to guard against mimic chess. And it's not a group job. Mimic chest. Okay, underneath that is money worship. So, danger approaching. Digital detox. Ultimatum. Rejection in the reverse. Unexpected surprise in the reverse. Mhm. All right, goddess verify. 1 second, Gemini. 1 second in your hour long. I hope that you like had a snack and a shower or like staying in the tub detoxing or something, meaning self-care. Warning, protection, freedom, warning, protection, luck, scavenge. Okay. When I asked about your person, right, to tell me about the person, the first card out was do not dismiss red flags, right? When I saw that, red flags to me, I didn't I didn't try to connect that energy with that person, right? I intuitively connected it to no stone left unturned. I don't even know if that's the saying. No stone left un, whatever. Okay. Being thorough in your evaluation of self. When I was asking you, what if I told you in 7 days you would meet the man of your dreams, love of your life, your forever person, your soulmate, your, karmic whatever, so that you clean up your definitions, right? And then me personally, me as the human, right? Me suggested to you to journal the picture of this person. I am going to throw you now the too good to be true or the curveball or the what. Okay. There is an undertone here with freedom, warning, protection, finances, mimic chest, money worship, danger approaching, digital detox, and ultimatum. What if I told you this guy was broke? Broke. No money. I am not saying that he is. Tarot is not predictive. It's just not. It's just not. I mean, I guess it's not for me, to my knowledge. Right? Because time is not linear. Okay, so then I guess it is really kind of in a way predictive. But it's not linear. Like it's like this moment is occurring right now in a different place, on a different plane, in a different dimension, on a different frequency, in a different parallel, whatever, right? Okay, but what if I said that he didn't have any money? You're Prince Charming, you're forever, you're this guy. It's like this, you are never going to be hurt. You're never going to be lied to. You are going to be loved and cherished, and you are going to be the goddess to his god, the queen to his king. He does not have a kingdom. He doesn't have an empire. He doesn't have a checking account. He didn't have a cell phone. There are no lies. Like it is not whatever the why would you even need a reason as to why don't you have a bank account? Why don't you have a cell phone? What difference does it make what the why is? Like you're asking for justification of something that doesn't matter. You're asking you are the only reason that you would ask for a justification or clarification or whatever way you want to sugarcoat it regarding why a person did something is because you want to pass judgment. You want to determine whether that excuse is valid enough to place on, oh, okay, that makes sense. That's a good reason to have, you're passing judgment on it. It was very clear here that you have to clean up judgments, definitions, because that is an example of what will block this. I wonder if that's why boundaries was in the reverse. Shit, what are your definition of boundaries? What's a boundary? What is spiritual sovereignty? What is sovereignty? With great power comes great responsibility. Bottom of the deck is card 44. 44 might be significant for you. I think we're so far past significant numbers at this point. You might start seeing 44 or groups of fours as you approach this deadline. And you know what I said with that deadline card, the 6 and the 7 is 13. That is death in tarot. That is rebirth. That is transformation, transmutation. Back over to alchemy. This 44 scavenge card, looking in every, lighting up every dark, lighting. What exorcism comes? Oh, excision. I think that you are going to do a deep dive into the most remote corners of your soul. You are going to light up all the dark areas. Okay, let's give Gemini something loving to close this out with because I'm getting tired. So that means that I think we're done here. I don't mean physically tired. I mean like as the energy entrails, right? As the energy, as a the way that you walk in a room and you can just you feel that something is off. Um, what- okay, the way that you meet somebody and you're uncomfortable, you're uncomfortable. There is absolutely no reason for you to be uncomfortable whatsoever. Whatsoever. No reason. That person looks normal, is acting normal, is walking normal. Everything is in place as it should be and out of place as it is expected to be. Like there is nothing outstanding with that individual, but you feel incredibly uncomfortable in their presence, right? Um, that vibe, that that is what that is what is beginning to dissipate here, which usually indicates that the message is complete. Kind of trickles out. Okay. Um, give me something nice. You totally got to make a list. Just gonna throw that out here. Okay, so you have a routine, right? A standardization, standard caching, which is data collection, right? And then organization, okay, and communication. This is totally a list for your bond and your abundance. Okay, be thorough. Just borrow a flashlight if you need to. Go into all those dark places, clean up all of those things. Who cares if he's broke? Why would you care? Oh, what about this? He's gonna use me for my money and prenups and not what? Really? Like, oh, please email me if you end up with his telephone number. No, okay. Please email me and let me know the outcome of this. Oh, you know what we're gonna do with this? You wanna do roomie? Yeah, let's do roomie. We're gonna grab a universal law too. One universal law. The law of mentalism. Get clarity on your core values and commit to what matters. You can't make this shit up. Thank you. See it? Oh, look at her with her little mirror. What I say? All of the dark recesses. Thank you, guys. I acknowledge the synchronicity and express my genuine gratitude for it. All right. I don't use the Rumi very often. Uh, It usually makes me cry. You have number 11, sacred convergence. All right. So this is the card. If you've been listening with earbuds and haven't looked up at the screen, stop for a moment and be fully present and look at this card. Don't stop, don't get uncomfortable, just breathe and look at the card. And that was 15 seconds. So if that made you uncomfortable, put that on your list. Okay. Sacred convergence. Roaming about town, the master was holding a light, saying, I am weary of the demons and the beasts. A human is what I am longing for. The human cannot be found. We have searched. What cannot be found is what I am longing for. Although poor and needy, I will not accept small pieces of ruby. The mine of the finest rubies is what I am longing for. One hand holding a cup of wine, and the other the curls of the beloved. A dance like this in the middle of the circle is what I am longing for. How I have longed for you, my very own. Look no further, for the family beyond your family, the relationship beyond all other relationships, the great love that unveils all other loves to be mere reflections of the one great and true love is here for you. Now, what did I tell you? It is I who has sought you through the stirrings of your own heart. Yes, it was I, hidden beneath every secret, yearning for something more, something full, something special, something all encompassing. Behind every yearning, always, I have hidden. Now I show myself to you, that you may become so filled with the same passionate devotion that I hold for you, that your mind will fall away, overwhelmed by the sheer intensity of love, tossed into an ocean of silent, unending bliss. Come to me. We are to be one now in sacred convergence of silent, eternal passion. I'm just going to have to like mic drop right here because that is exactly what we started out with. Is that not exactly what I said? This is a divine. Okay, you know what? You need to support your local, you know, YouTube tarot reader. You're right. Thank you. It's not for me, though. It's for the information that we all have access to. Okay. Sacred convergence indicates a coming together of souls in alignment with a greater cause. This greater cause is both personal and impersonal. There is an aspect of joining together for a common purpose, although that purpose may not be immediately obvious at the level of day to day consciousness. That common soul purpose may be to lift each other into greater love and self belief, to shed fear, and to open the heart, filling each individual soul with more holy fire for the divine spark, for its personal, passionate purpose. You'll have a sense when this process is happening. There will be a coming together of you with like minded souls who hail from all walks of life, and yet together, through some invisible genius, you will help each other. You may simply be dancing in the same room or singing in a group, attending a class or workshop, or just be visiting the same beach or parkland. But at that moment, there will be a sense of something coherent and nourishing happening at a far greater level. The trickle down effect into your personal life will be felt too. You'll have more energy after spending time with these people, even if you don't interact very much on a personal level beyond being in the same space. You'll feel empowered to step forward on your path and love yourself with less conditions. You'll become freer to shed your fears, let go of relationships based in fear and judgment, and open up to those who are more loving, responsive, and inspiring to continue on your personal journey in increasingly profound ways. This oracle has come to you because you are a part of a greater sacred convergence happening now. Perhaps you have already sensed its progression, or perhaps it will not be obvious to you, but the effect, whether obvious or subtle, will be important to your soul development and divine awakening. You are being asked to drop defenses and barriers towards groups of people that feel good for you. However, those that dampen your spirits or drag you down are to be dispensed with, no matter what games of blame or manipulation they may play to keep you coming back for more. No, that shall not do for your soul growth now. Step away, turn towards those connections that feel nourishing to your soul, and learn to share yourself without fear. Just be. You do not have to force the planets to spin, nor the great cycles of the soul to happen. All that is required is that you show up for what is offered to you now. Do your part. Take your steps. Dance, sing, and be, and allow the gifts of sacred connection to change your world. For this is the spiritual gift presented to you now. This oracle comes with a special message. Perhaps you have been thinking about shedding lower vibrational connections based on ego, right? Um, Based in the ego world of power, games, sabotage, manipulation, and fear. Perhaps you have already begun this process or even shed so many you are fearing you might have over pruned to be left with nothing and no one. Do not fear, feisty angel of love. Your truth is prevailing. You cannot stay in a vibration of fear if you want to dwell in a vibration of love. While you learn to sustain that vibration within you until it cannot be rattled by any crisis or demand, you are wise to place yourself in more nourishing connections. If you want a plant to grow, why not give it the best soil and conditions in which to do so? Certainly, the plant of love can and will grow in the most inhospitable conditions, but it can rather it can it can be rather more joyful to grow in gentler, more nourishing conditions if possible. This oracle comes to you with guidance that the possibility for more joyful relationships and growth of love within is in your power. You can choose each day, each moment. Just make a choice. Trust yourself, your discernment, and your intuition, and choose. You do not owe anyone anything. Repeat this law of karma. You only owe love the chance to grow. So let that be your guiding principle now as you release the old and trust that even if your garden of relationship becomes sparse for a while, you have been cutting back unhealthy plants to allow for new life to flourish. It is only a matter of timing for the season of new life and growth to come again. And so it shall, bringing with it sacred convergence of souls on the path of love, your soul tribe, your soul family, your new tribe of those journeying upon the path of love. All right, so that's all for that. And there is a sacred honoring ritual. I'm going to read it, it's only a paragraph long. Say, Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, I open to your grace. I hereby declare that I am willing to release those connections that no longer serve my spiritual growth on the path of love. I release relationships based in fear and am open to those based in love. I surrender the need to know, to judge, to assert control, and to be in the right. I open up to tolerance, intuition, and honoring of my heart. I open to love. Show me the way, brother of my soul. Guide me through your grace into the sacred convergence of my soul and divine love in its most gracious expression, now and always. I call in my soul tribe of love and I open my heart to nourishing connections in all the ways now. So be it. Close your eyes and relax with your hands resting upon your heart. Do this for however long feels good for you. And when you are ready, simply open your eyes and you have completed your sacred honoring ritual. That's where we're going to leave this because that was fucking awesome. Okay. So, Gemini, I trusted this message that was an hour and 30 minutes long. That is a whole freaking movie, right? Um, it's like Alice in Wonderland following the White Rabbit, except that plot was like made way more sense than this rating did. Way more cohesive. And I think they were on psychedelics or something. All right, I'll stop babbling now. It has been truly an honor to play in your energy entrails. It has been an honor to be a part of your journey, to co create with you in this now moment. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. You are unconditionally loved and supported by the universe. My unconditional love to you as well. And please, please, at least send me an email when this comes about. Okay? Like, just shoot me an email. Even tell the story. Like, this crazy YouTube tarot reader brought me this message. I actually knew that this was going to happen beforehand. Ooh, tell all your babies that and your grandbabies and all that stuff with your soul family. So awesome. I love this life. All right, Gemini. Until next time, take care of yourself. Do your checklist.